This video is going to be a little bit of everything. It's going to be like a life update. I'm going to go through some different projects that I'm working on, my plans for the rest of this year, and my overall life situation and how I am navigating it. First of all, my newsletter. Some of you are subscribed. I've had this newsletter for many years now. Earlier I did it once a month with like the same structure every time, a short summary of my month, some inspirational photos I did find online, and sometimes some other things. Now recently I migrated to a new newsletter tool, Substack, and I found myself more inspired to write a little bit more often. So recently I've been sending out newsletters maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. And these ones have been more like in-depth articles about things that I'm thinking about. For example, my latest one was about the very famous, legendary Trump bullet photograph and how you can actually calculate if that bullet trace is true or not, and what you need to know about camera shutters in order to calculate that correctly. So I did like an in-depth dive into that subject. Another newsletter before that was about the new Fuji X1/2 camera that I find fascinating and my thoughts on it. So yeah, if you're interested in those kind of things, a deep dive into topics that I typically don't talk about on this channel, but that are still very much photography related, I recommend you subscribe to my newsletter, and you can do it on my homepage. Just go here and put in your email address and you will get the next one. And speaking of Fuji cameras, I've seen so many inspiring cameras by Fujifilm recently. The last Fuji camera I owned was first the X-T3 and then the X100V, but I was a little bit disappointed with both of these, and that kind of turned me away from Fujifilm for a while. But now the last two ones have been really exciting, I think. For example, the GFX 100 RF that I'm actually right now testing for an upcoming video. I think it's such a brave and interesting camera to release and to make, and I love when companies do a bit risky things that fill a hole in the market, doing something that has never been done before, like a very small and compact 100 megapixel camera. I find that very interesting, and Fuji has of course released other interesting cameras recently, like the XE5, the XM5 and the X1/2 of course, which maybe it's not a great camera, but it's certainly an interesting concept, and I would like to review that camera as well going forward. So yeah, you may see videos about Fuji cameras going forward. Another thing I find interesting is finding very cheap gear to see if it's good, if it's usable, if it holds up against very expensive gear. As you know, my favorite macro photography diffuser is the AK diffuser, and I recommend it very often because I think it's truly one of the best ones out there. But that one is more than $100, so it's not super cheap. So I thought I would test some cheap ones as well, and the cheapest I could find was this package. I haven't really opened it yet even. I ordered it on AliExpress from China. It's a diffuser for only $5, and I plan on reviewing that in a future video. If that is a good diffuser, then it's incredible value for money. $5 including shipping. So watch out for these videos, they are coming soon. As I've already mentioned quite a lot, maybe you're getting tired of it, my macro photography handbook, my ebook about macro photography, has sold really well, far beyond my expectations. Actually, when I started working on this book a few months ago, I kind of viewed it as a summary of everything I've learned about macro photography, and as you know, a year ago I was quite tired of macro photography and I was prepared to step away from that to do something else. And I viewed this book as kind of a way of summarizing everything I learned, to kind of keep that for the future, both for me and for others. So it was kind of a way to close that chapter in the book of my life. But since the book has sold so much more than I anticipated, I expected to sell maybe 20, 30 copies, and I've sold like 300 by now. That actually reinvigorated my passion for macro photography. Because something I didn't really realize at the time was that I think a big part of why I grew tired of doing these videos was that it was hard for me to support myself financially by doing these videos. And since I was already the biggest YouTuber within macro photography and I could barely support myself, I lost money each month, despite working full time on making these videos. I was like, yeah, I don't really have that great hope for the future then. If I'm already the biggest one within this very small niche and still can't make a living doing this, then like, what's the use? But the success of my ebook changed everything. Now I can see that if I make digital products that people really want, like this ebook, I can definitely support myself doing this, despite macro photography being a very niche area. But of course, I won't be able to support myself forever just with this book, because when everyone who wants one has bought it, it will not sell that well anymore. And I've already started seeing that the sales are slowing down a bit. So I probably need to write a few more books to have like a portfolio, and books in different price categories as well. The big macro photography handbook is $39 right now. It's pretty expensive. So right now I'm working on a follow-up book, which is much cheaper, which will be 10 of my favorite macro photos of all time. And for each photo, I'm gonna give you a deep dive. Exactly how I took it, with what gear, what the area looked like, and also the exact steps on how I edited it, and if I stacked it, how I did the stacking and so on, and my thoughts throughout the whole process. So each chapter will be about one photo. It will be 10 chapters, and if you read it, I hope you will get like a deep dive into my mind when I'm taking a macro photo, when I'm editing it, and also when I'm preparing to take a macro photo. So I'm right now working on that book. It will be out soon. And after that, I'm probably gonna do even more ebooks, both within macro photography, but also other genres of photography. And hopefully, if I build a portfolio of ebooks, maybe I will be able to support myself by selling these long term. Another thing that I'm really super excited about is that I've booked a trip to Tokyo in December. It's like 6 months from now, but I'm still super excited about it. I've always loved visiting Japan. It's my favorite country in the world to travel to. I've been to more than 30 countries, but Japan holds a special place in my heart. I've been there several times since 2012, 13 years ago when I went there the first time. But I've never actually had a proper chance to photograph Japan, and Tokyo in particular. It's so beautiful, but I've always gone there with family, or like the first time I went there by myself. But that was before I was actually into photography, so it didn't occur to me to document everything, not as a photographer at least. But this time I am going again completely by myself for 1 week, and my plan is to do a lot of walking every day. I hope to cover as much of Tokyo as possible by foot. I plan on walking 20-30 kilometers per day and just taking photos. And the result of that will be one YouTube video, but also one ebook, where I will share my experience, my best photos, and tips for other people wanting to do the same kind of trip. A solo photography trip to Tokyo or to Japan to document this beautiful place. I'm just happy to say that I have my passion back. I want to do at least one more year of full-time YouTube photography videos. Right now I'm really loving it again, and a big part of that is that I see a way forward of really supporting myself by selling my digital products, my ebooks. And thank you so much everyone who has bought these books from me. You made that difference. So now I'm really excited to just keep doing this.